What makes an employee valuable? Why are some kept while others are let go during tough times? Well, Sharlene Massie from About Staffing here to tell us how you can ensure your value as an employee. Can you really insure?
No, you can't insure it, but you can do lots of things that will help to protect you, or at least help to make you maybe a little better than the guy next to you, right? So there's a few things that you can do that kind of at least will get you in the right direction. And I'm hearing so many stories lately, and I think that maybe there's lots of employees who just don't realize that they can take some steps to make themselves more valuable. I think there's so many people that are discouraged right now after all the layoffs and the terrifying days that we've had in the past. You know, they just thought, well, I don't know why I'm putting in any effort here. I'm probably going to get laid off like all my friends anyways. And they're forgetting that actually they should be going the other way, making themselves more valuable to the employer, not less valuable, especially now that things are starting to turn around.
Let's jump into some of these, Sharlene. Don't hoard information thinking it makes you invaluable. People hoard. I think that would add to your value if you shared.
It does. And you know, there's so many countries around the world who share everything. The employees are really taught that they share the workload, they share everything that goes on, they share all the stuff, and that makes them far more successful. We haven't quite grasped that here in North America. For some reason, we've got people that hoard where they put things, where they file things. They hoard the information on how to do something. They hoard passwords, you know, all those kinds of things. And you know, maybe sometimes they don't do it on purpose, but I think a lot of times they think that they're making themselves more valuable if they're the only ones who know everything. And that is not the case at all, because if they can share the information, then obviously the company will become better. The other people around them will like them more. And you know, oftentimes it's the one who's less liked that is going to be dismissed. It's not going to be the one that's liked by everyone. So hopefully if they share the information and they share with their coworkers and they care about the actual company itself, then that will make them more valuable to the company, not less.
One of the things on the list here, which seems like common sense, often the case, it is the common sense solution. You put down, be responsible for the job, the workplace, or for the coworkers.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, it's sunny outside now. People are calling in saying, hey, I'm going to take the day off. I'm not feeling well, whatever. But you know what? They're not thinking about the responsibility of what they actually had to get done that day, and the responsibility to perhaps the customers, the vendors, the coworkers, the bosses. They're not thinking like that. They're thinking, I am tired, or I want to take a day off because the weather is nice. And so they're just calling in or whatever, not thinking about it. They're not thinking about the effect on everyone else.
Or getting to work late.
Behind.
And the rest of your coworkers trying to pick up the slack?
Oh, exactly. They're just not thinking responsibly, and I'm hearing a ton of stories about that, which is why I threw it in there. Because really, it is happening a lot. They're just not thinking, well, gee, who's going to open up the door then if I'm not there to do it on time?
The work moves to someone else, inevitably.
It does. Yep.
All right. Working with a conscience, being aware of what is going on around with other people at work, with customers, with the environment, with the future. Open your eyes a little bit, right?
Yeah, pay attention to the details, pay attention to the people, pay attention to what's going on around you. That makes you more valuable, because then you can gather information and knowledge, and then you can share that knowledge again, right? So it's kind of coming full circle. But a lot of times they're just not. They're not paying attention. They're so focused on maybe what they have to do to get out of here on time or to meet their own deadline, and they're not paying attention to what's going on all around them with the people around them and with the customers or whatever else it is that they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. All they're thinking about is themselves. And again, the recession created a great deal of selfishness out there, and the employees certainly did become very, very self-centered. It's all about me and not really caring about everybody else. So that's another area of issue.
How about taking initiative and helping out your coworkers? I think it goes hand in hand, but I think that beyond being there on time, being proactive.
Yeah, taking initiative sounds so common sense, and yet it's not being done. It's just not. So the employers out there are telling me, I just want somebody to show some initiative. I'm willing to promote this person. I'm willing to pay more to this person. I'm willing to, keep this person for a long time. I'm willing to, if it's a temp, I'm willing to buy this person out. That's what we're hearing on this end, and which tells me that means that on the other side of it, the employee side, they're not showing initiative. If the employers are saying, I'm willing to pay whatever it's going to take for someone who's going to show some initiative in this job, I'm willing to keep them long term, or I'm willing to pay them more, whatever it might be, that's more valuable. But the employees are not there yet. They're not saying, gosh, I'll do whatever it takes to get this done. Oh, what else do you need help with? What else do you need help with? Maybe I can assist. Oh, here's some ideas. Why don't we try this idea or try that idea and brainstorm and share it with other people? That's not happening right now at all. And so we're trying to change some mindsets here. Show some initiative and you will become more valuable.
We've got time for one hot job, and let's talk about this executive administrator.
Okay, sure. We have a client downtown, oil and gas servicing company. So it's a nice company. It's been around for a long time. The woman who is in charge there, the executive administrator, she does a bunch of the accounting, a bunch of the admin work, and she does have staff. And she's retiring. So I love that. So we're looking for somebody who can have some simply accounting, some administrative duties, that kind of thing, pretty general, paying 50 grand a year. So we're getting back up there in the salaries again. But it's a great opportunity for somebody. I think it's awesome.
Opportunity for sure.
Yeah.
More details at breakfasttelevision.ca. Thank you very much. We're going to try to raise our stock in the office.
I'm going to show initiative today. That's my goal. Charlene Massie with About Staffing. Thank you, Charlene.
You're welcome.